All right.
Oh, that one was loud. Oh,
They're always loud.
yeah.
I don't know why I have so much energy.
Felt like you were, like some superheroes have really loud, booming voices.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like. Felt really like direct in my ear.
My bad.
It's all right.
Okay. All right. Hey, what's up? We actually missed an episode for the first time since like February.
Yeah.
If you want to count like our little schedule we have for Rob's Ranks.
Yeah.
First time we missed an episode, so we apologize for that.
Yeah.
Missed the preview show. Hopefully you guys knew to set your lineups and all that stuff. I know you need us for that.
Yeah. We still got the betting show on that, though.
Yeah, we got the betting show.
A little late on Saturday.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I did well. I'm 8-2 my last 2 weeks. I'm crushing ass.
Yes.
Still down a bunch of money from other bets, but
Yeah.
on the betting segment,
Yeah.
you're doing okay. You're still a couple games over 500.
Yeah, I was 500 the last 2 weeks on 500.
Yeah.
I think I had a 4-1 before that, but yeah, it's it's as long as we avoid like the 1 and 4s and
as a whole, we're doing well.
Yes, you're doing really, really well.
Yeah, the band.
I think you're probably
black hole.
15 games over 500 now.
Something like that.
It's stupid. That's really fucking good.
Yeah, I know. Wish I just only bet those.
Really fucking good. Oh, we're also something we were talking about. We didn't talk too much about it off camera yet, but was the betting group on DraftKings.
Oh yeah.
Where you can actually watch our bets.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. And
I'll send you the link to it. That way we can start putting it in the description.
That'd be
So
sweet.
if you guys can follow every bet that we do.
I don't know if they want my other bets. They probably just want my bets in the pod. Those ones they do.
Well, at least they can do it real time. That way, if we're running behind, we release it Saturday night,
or just bet against my other picks that aren't in the pod, and you'll win money.
Yep, there
you
you
know
go.
what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, a couple things. This is a week 11 recap. Okay. A couple things for you. Peruse.
Nice.
All right. Okay. What do I got for you? Brian Wright wants us to do a little breakdown on if Russell Wilson is bad now, or why is he bad?
Yeah.
Was he ever good? How about that? He's going to give me some pushback on that.
Yeah.
I want to do a little recap of the fan league, just kind of show you where we're at. Neither of us are doing great. I'm in the playoffs barely. I just beat you with Samaje P. round your ass. I had a bunch of buys.
I really think it was me benching Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
My ass.
I think you might have won.
I would have won. I already did the math.
I didn't even notice that.
Yes.
Oh, that sucks. Okay, before we get to any of that football stuff, I got a couple things for you, Peruse. Okay, so I was babysitting my niece and nephew today. I always like watch movies with them, and what's funny is now my youngest nephew is he's in first grade and Tessa's in fourth grade.
Mm-hmm.
So like he's allowed to watch like PG-13 movies, certain of them. So I was expecting to like show him some things, but he had already watched Jurassic Park. I was thinking Independence Day.
Basic instinct.
Yeah.
Do you use drugs, Mr. Mel? What kind of drugs?
Cocaine? Have you ever fucked on cocaine, Nick? It's nice.
Yeah. But I was like, fuck. And they hadn't seen the Santa Claus. Or he hadn't seen the Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Tim Allen. We did a whole Tim Allen bit. I'll refer you to that.
Yeah.
It's like the Goodfellas thing. You gotta go witness protection program.
Especially with 2
So,
kilos.
was his witness protection program just to become the biggest family man actor? And just be the Santa Claus? They're like, you can't kill this guy.
Maybe.
But he's a cokehead. Coke dealer, actually. Worse. But we watched that, and then Home Alone came up as a so we watched Home Alone, just because Home Alone's great. And then we got to his house, and he loves Dennis the Menace. So we watched Dennis the Menace.
Mm.
And Buzz. Buzz is in both Dennis the Menace and Home Alone.
Okay. I was going to say, I didn't
He's the
Buzz
boyfriend of the babysitter in
Is his name
Dennis
Buzz?
the Menace. No, but the actor. The ugly ass,
Pig
douchebag.
face,
Yeah, and so what it got me to thinking was, I looked him up and I was like, what else is he in? Not much. But he's a pretty prominent figure in popular culture.
Yeah.
Just from Home Alone alone, right? Like,
Yeah.
Buzz,
Yeah.
your girlfriend, woof.
Yeah.
By the way, a little nugget on that one. The girl in the picture was actually a boy. They put a wig on because they didn't want to. They're lucky because that girl's life would be ruined.
Yeah.
You know, forever being the Buzz, your girlfriend, woof girl.
Yeah.
So it's essentially just a.
You can't even tell your friends like that you're in the movie.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm in a picture.
With Macaulay Culkin. Yeah. Nope.
I wasn't good enough for Macaulay Culkin. But it got me thinking of just like celebrities like fall from grace, and we know fucking child actors and actresses it's rough, right? Your Lindsay Lohans, the Olsen twins, right?
Dude, they're billionaires.
Yeah, okay, maybe they're not the best example, but they're a little crack whores. And one of them killed Heath Ledger. Let's be honest.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, yeah, she was with him and she left.
Oh, wow.
Whore.
Okay.
Sorry. But anyway, so I looked him up, and he just looks fucking rough. He looks awful. Like he was already ugly. But holy shit.
Yeah.
And like again, I am not one to talk. I've gained 100 pounds since high school.
Yeah.
So had I been in a movie when I was 18, if I was in the Superbad of that era, and well, those are 25-year-olds playing 18-year-olds, but nevertheless, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think people would be like, "Damn, this guy looks terrible."
Yeah.
Do I? Do I look terrible?
No.
I'm big.
Okay. No.
Well, my point is, like, I see these people, I'm like, "Holy shit!
Yeah.
What happened?" Okay. And the most prominent one was Bridget Fonda. Do you know her? You know, like Jane Fonda and Peter Fonda.
Yeah, I
recognize.
So I recognize.
It's like her daughter, their daughter or whatever.
Okay.
She was in Lake Placid and a few other things.
I hate the crocodiles.
Yeah,
alligators.
Yeah,
okay.
I hate her in that movie. She's the most repulsive character I've ever seen in that movie. By the way,
Really?
She's kind of pretty though, and she was pretty. Solid, right?
Yeah.
And I guess she like disappeared for 12 years. No one's seen her.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of years ago, and I watched Lake Placid actually about a year. Actually, it was super recent. I watched it, and I was like, "Who is this actress? I hate her."
Yeah.
And I looked at it, I was like, "Damn, that's Fonda." And I was like, "That must be a relation to Jane and Peter."
Yeah.
And the picture emerged like recently. She like came out of hiding or something, and she looked like a typical like white trash fat. Like welfare Walmart white bitch.
Really?
That makes sense?
Yeah,
Is that like a whole saying I have there?
Yeah.
Dude, terrible though. Like,
yeah.
like what happened?
Yeah, it's the type of person that rides the scooter because she's
Yeah,
fat.
for sure.
Bother you at all?
Are those candy corn Oreos?
Yeah, here you go.
For sure. And just so pale and just ugh.
Yeah.
And like I just don't understand. Like, what does fame do that to you? Or is that gonna happen to us? You know what I mean? Like
from all the
yeah. Soon enough, I'm just gonna be able to limp, right? Like Cap's gonna have face tattoos and like. But I will say, in that movie, Dennis the Menace, his mom is played by my beloved Leah Thompson. Now, Leah Thompson is the mother, which she ends up playing a younger girl in Back to the Future. She's the mom of Marty McFly, and then when he falls in love with her, oh, she's a like, not your traditional like sex symbol.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Sure.
Big fan. I was watching, I was like, oh, I like her. Who is she? What is she doing?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's Leah Thompson.
Ooh.
I love Leah Thompson.
Nice.
Okay, so yeah, fall from grace celebrities I have written down here, and also me and I've been having this argument with Levelstein. Both the Levelsteins, mostly Ben loves Nirvana.
Okay.
And I like Nirvana as much as the next guy. I just think they're vastly overrated.
Sure.
The fact that every sporting event you ever go to, fucking you hear Nirvana, dude, which makes no sense because I don't know. I like their music, but
yeah, they probably weren't big fans of the Chicago Bears.
I don't know. What are your thoughts on Nirvana? And like, I just feel like it was a perfect storm for Kurt Cobain. The suicide.
You're saying that
it propelled them. They were already the biggest band, but they would have fizzled. Dude.
That made it like legendary. Like essentially,
Short
he walked away.
reign.
Not walked away, but he ended on top. Like right, like
yeah, because it would have gotten bad. I mean,
Sure.
he was a sad drug addict, and
it would have gone the way of Elvis.
they weren't that. Yeah, right, for sure, Elvis, right? And there's the Family Guy cutaway where it's like Stewie goes back in time, and when he's got the gun in his mouth, he's like, "Here, have this chocolate."
Excuse me, Mr. Cobain. Look, I know you're depressed. Made some bad choices with women, but there's another way. Haagen-Dazs. Lots of Haagen-Dazs. Well, let's see if it worked. Here we go. Ha! You're still alive, you fat.
And then it shows like that he actually lived, and he's just super fat because he's starting eating chocolate.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, pretty funny. But I don't know. My thing was I've gotten to Smashing Pumpkins recently, And I just think that they were both in the same era. Yeah, like 2 years earlier Nirvana started, but they don't get the cred, even though they had obviously more success because of the longevity.
Yeah.
But they're so much better than Nirvana. Like more diverse. Billy Corgan recorded on the first two albums, I believe, recorded every instrument because he was a perfectionist, but he played every instrument besides drums on all the albums. Like Kurt Cobain could not have done that. You know what I mean?
Crazy. Yeah.
He's a fucking Rembrandt.
Yeah.
Is that the word? Rembrandt? Like a
genius.
Yeah, genius. Yeah. Kind of a douche, a little bald-headed fuck, but all right, we're getting fun here. Okay, we're getting into some football here. We're talking about Russell Wilson, but real quick, Nathaniel Hackett. We've been ragging on this guy from day one, and we were talking off camera. The worst thing we've ever seen. He calls a timeout.
Yeah.
They're up by 3,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like 32 seconds left, and Raiders have like a 30-yard pass,
Jacobs
right?
Carr just threw to Jacobs for like 40, 50
Yeah,
yards.
it was like a first and goal on the 6-yard line, and they're running up the clock it, and they don't call it right when it gets completed. Right when Carr's about to spike it, Hackett calls a timeout.
Yeah.
So essentially it would have been second and goal on the 6 with like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
He called a timeout, so it was first and goal on the 6 with like 33 seconds. So he saved 3 seconds.
Yeah.
But he was going to spike the ball.
Yeah.
And that you just don't call that timeout there.
Yeah.
And like of all the dumb things he's done,
it's
inexcusable. Have you ever not played Madden?
Or they give an extra shot at the freaking end zone so you can lose the game there.
Because they had to kick the field goal if they didn't get in the end zone because it was from the 6.
Yeah.
And they would only have 2 tries because they had second down and third down. They kick it on 4th.
Yeah.
Now they gave them 3 tries.
The Raiders didn't have any timeouts.
No.
So they're not running the ball to run the clock out. Right? Like they're not going to spike it again. Like they're going to throw it twice. Either they're going to score it or not.
Hackett is a fucking idiot.
You're not saving any time, really.
And they lost the game, and he still hasn't been fired. They cut Melvin Gordon, though.
Because
he had a fumble.
I'm joking. He's the one that actually called the timeout.
Yeah.
Hey, coach, call timeout.
Just awful. And, like, the coaching in the NFL it befuddles me. I don't understand it. Why is it so bad?
But it's all coming back to me.
Okay, so the Russell Wilson piece of this. He's awful. So I have him in a lot of the Fantrax leagues, which is because he fell to like quarterback 10, and I was waiting, and like I wish I would have taken Tua.
Yeah.
Or Justin Fields or anyone. Like for me, it was like Matt Stafford and like Russell Wilson because I felt like they were proven pros.
Same trap with me, but Derek Carr instead of Stafford.
Yeah, and Derek Carr was my other guy, right? Like those 3 guys, I felt like were just can't miss. 4,500 yards, 30 touchdowns. Yeah. Russell Wilson has like 1 game over 20 points this year. He's actually throwing for decent yards. Like, he's throwing for 250 every week.
Yeah.
But he has 9 touchdowns and 5 picks. 9 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Dude, Daniel Jones has more.
Yeah.
So, Brian Wright texted us, wants us to break this down a little bit, just in terms of, was he ever that good? I know you're going to say he definitely was. And I'm not saying he was bad. I think that the fact that he's not that old compared to we've seen the other quarter. We saw Drew Brees, who was a feeble man.
Yeah.
Do well at 37.
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger, who was a beat-up man, do well at 37.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson's what, 33? 34? 32?
Yeah,
he's not that old. I don't think he's 35, though.
Yeah. Well, it's just, to me, it's coaching. It's not all on Hackett. It's coaching, and there's the story of Russ calling the audibles for Seattle's plays, and no one in Denver knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Oh.
So I think it's a combination of coaching and preparedness. Even though Russ would like show that he's the most prepared player ever, obviously he's not, and he wasn't coached up that well because they're not on the same page at all. So it's yeah. Wow. I think it'll be better next year. Hopefully without Hackett, and hopefully when he gets a full year. And I don't know.
Well, I won't be taking him next year in fantasy.
It's probably
9 touchdowns.
Unless he blows up these last few weeks, last few weeks of the season, you probably won't have to draft him.
We barely had to this year. I mean, well, it was like 8th quarter. We both loved him in the preseason, though. So we've been wrong about a lot of things.
I made MVP bets for him.
Now, one thing this man was right about, to this guy's horn a little bit, Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
You in your hot take segment, you said preseason your hot take running back take was Jamal Williams would be a top. What was it? A top
RB1.
RB1 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah. Spiciest one.
What is it?
55th running back overall on underdog.
Yeah.
Jamal Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying he's going to have 5 RB1 finishes this year.
Really?
Yeah.
You're talking about Jamal Williams and the Lions.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
What is that? Why?
Like, I think he's a great handcuff, but he's also a flex-worthy player.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
I think. By that, I think he's going to have 5 weeks of 18 to 25 points.
Wow. Oh,
A couple
shit.
multiple touchdowns,
That's
5,
shit.
6.
And I mean, you were actually wrong there because you undercut the man.
Yeah.
He's actually like an RB1 in fantasy.
Yeah.
I mean, look at touchdowns.
Yeah.
The fuck out of town, man.
Yeah, it's
Wow, and I kind of laughed. I'll put the clip in. I kind of snickered at you just because I just like what? Like, come on, Swift, and like.
Yeah, but that's one. Getting something like that is the exception. It's not the rule, especially this year.
Nice hot take.
Thank you.
Very nice. Okay, real quick, fan league. We're gonna just give some shout outs to people that are doing well. Somehow the brothers Bartelt are in first and second place.
Oh wow! Yeah,
Oh wow! And we weren't believers in them. I ripped on Ben in particular. I want to apologize for taking 2 tight ends. He took fucking Hawkinson and someone else like in the first 6 rounds. I was like, there's 2 flexes, 3 receivers. That's a bad decision.
Yeah.
Which is still stand by that theory.
It's a bad decision that worked out.
I mean, yeah, because he's 7-4. Lightning McRuggs, which is Brad, is 8-3. We got Mixing Up My Old Face, which is Nick O at 3rd. Somehow Gocher's in 4th place. You know this league's jacked up when Gocher's in 4th place. Well, this is the only league you might make the playoffs in from what I've seen. Sorry, Goch. Gizmos, of course. We have Brian Wright in 5th place. His teams are all 6-5. Lot Lizards, I'm in 6th place with my terrible ass team.
Yeah, what are you?
I'm 6-5,
Nice.
but then there's also 2 other teams at 6-5, so I'm 1 loss away from being out.
Yeah.
Drop passes and Simmons is gay. Now that happens to be that's Spitz. Shout out Spitz. So it's gonna be a battle for that 6th spot.
Yeah.
But I think all of us are just gonna get worked by the top 3 teams.
Yeah.
Maybe not. It's a wacky league.
Yeah.
I see Mr. Bigglesworth at 3-8. You could have actually came back from that 0-7 start to be 4-7.
Again, I just had benched
P-Ryan.
Jamal Williams.
And you got
Jamal
P-Ryan.
Williams.
If it was, not even the P-Ryan thing. But
I'd start Foster Moreau over him. So
let's be honest, though. If Joe Mixon doesn't get hurt, you probably win anyway because P-Ryan scored 30. He had the touchdown before. He had 1 touchdown before Mixon got hurt.
Yeah.
That's how people
I
probably
saw
had.
that, and I'm like, what the
So
fuck?
there's 18 points right
Yeah.
there
Yep.
that, after the injury, right? The concussion.
Yep.
Okay, so week 11 recap. Let's see what we got here. Ready to get into this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll find the NFL. Here we go. Let's see. Thursday night, we had Titans at Packers. Titans whooped ass.
Yes.
All right, 27-17. Titans are for real. 7-3 every fucking year.
Yeah.
One of my bets I made in the preseason was them to have less than 9 wins, 2-1 odds. Fucking A, man.
Yeah.
And they were 0. I think they were 0-2. They started off 0-2 for sure.
Well, the whole division. I remember the whole division. Like because Houston was in first place with a tie, right? They had a tie.
Yeah,
They hadn't lost, so they were in first.
Yeah, terrible. So Tannehill, which is coming back from injury, crazy game here. 22-27, 333, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Which usually the Packers are tough on pass D.
Yeah.
I don't get that line at all.
No.
Derrick Henry had a modest game, but he had a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown, which is nice. But like modest game. Sorry. 28 carries, 87 yards and a touchdown, which is keeping him in check besides the touchdown. But Burks came back 7 for 111. I just dropped him in balls deep too.
Yeah.
But I still not a believer in this passing attack because you're not getting any volume.
Yeah, it seems to be very inconsistent.
Yeah,
but,
so I don't. And my team's too good to be ever worrying about a guy like Traylon Burks. But I mean, someone else might like him.
Yeah.
Robert Woods 6 for 69. Henry had 2 catches for 45 yards. So actually, he wasn't held in check because he had 45 yards receiving, 87 rushing, and a passing touchdown.
Yeah.
Nice game. That's a CMC game.
Yeah.
Austin Hooper had 2 touchdowns. Imagine that bet. Good odds there.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Only Hooper's mom made that bet.
Yeah. Westbrook Akini, after the 2 touchdown week last week, had 2 for 28. So,
He's staying with those 2s, though.
Yeah, right. Okay, Packers. This is probably their season. They have to almost go. I mean, it's the NFC, so they can probably make the playoffs with 8 wins, 9 wins. I will see.
Yeah.
But like, you can't lose this game at home against Titans.
No.
Rodgers had 227 and 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's okay. But like,
just real quick before I forget, I want to make a look how far the Packers. Remember last week when they beat Dallas 2 weeks ago, and all Packers are back, and they were favored to win this game.
But 3.5.
Yeah. And we both said pregame.
I just thought it was fishy.
We're both like, we said the same thing. The Packers were like, they win 1 game, they just have a 5-game losing streak,
right?
And now they're favored against a team that has 6 wins.
Right.
Doesn't make sense.
Had they lost that game, it would have been a pick 'em. So that one win, fluky fourth quarter win, should not have been 3.5
This is
points.
just that line was strictly based on public perception.
Right.
The Titans are a playoff team. Packers are nowhere near.
No.
But because of the preseason beliefs,
It was public perception and quarterback, but how much better is Aaron Rodgers than Tannehill right now? I don't fucking know. Or at least, what is his weapons, right?
Yeah, that's great. The Titans' weapons are pretty good.
Yeah,
huh?
apparently.
Besides Henry, right? Yeah.
Okay, so Aaron Jones, 12 for 40, not great. A.J. Dillon, 6 carries, 13 yards. They don't use that man at all.
Yeah.
Criminally underused. Randall Cobb, 6 for 73. The story, though, is Christian Watson, 4 for 48 and 2 touchdowns. It's 5 TDs his last 2 games. I'm buying in. I picked him up in about 4 or 5 spots. I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
I'm still considering him a wide receiver 3, though, because Lazard's still the one.
Yeah.
And, he doesn't really comp as, a red zone monster.
Yeah.
Because he can't catch.
Yeah.
He's a deep threat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it's nice and all. He's a
That's
boomer
like Josh
bust.
Gordon.
Yeah, boomer bust. He kind of is. Yeah, Deshaun Jackson, one of those guys that can go off big. But he's catching touchdowns, which is just confusing to me. But ride it when you can.
Yeah, I'm starting him in XFL with Rondell Moore getting hurt.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see how it goes.
Okay, Bears-Falcons. Another close game, another tough loss for the Bears. Perfect situation for us as Bears fans. We want them to lose. We want them to be competitive, and Justin Fields play well. That's what we want.
Fields, though.
Shoulder injury. He's not going to last
okay
a year. Is it really?
Yeah.
Is he out?
They don't know yet.
Jesus Christ. Well, he's taking a punishment. I need him for all my fucking best balls, though.
Me too. Me
I'm
too.
everywhere.
We're both sitting pretty man. We're really good at basketball. It just feels.
Yeah.
For those 3 weeks.
14
now,
to 21, 153, a touchdown and a pick. Terrible pick. He loves throwing the ball off the opposing players' helmets and his own offensive line's helmets. I see that a lot.
Yeah.
And he'll get better at that, right? Drew Brees did that shit too.
Yeah.
But he had 85 yards rushing again. And a touchdown. The guy is just a beast, bro.
And he should have had that second touchdown to Mooney. Oh,
yeah.
my gosh.
Overthrown by a fucking inch,
Yeah.
man. He's so good, though. I just love what I'm seeing from him. And going forward, he was going into the draft the best quarterback in the draft, the most proven, the best prospect, right? Maybe Trey Lance is a better prospect.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason we say that is because we never saw him actually play.
Yeah.
He was like a lab guy. They're like, well, this guy he's got a good arm and he's fast. Justin Fields has a great arm and he's faster.
Trey Lance is the Cubs before they won the World Series.
For sure. But yeah, this is all we wanted from Fields. So if he's out, if he's not, whatever. I saw enough this year to say he's a quarterback of the future with what he's working with.
Oh, for sure.
It's great. Yeah. I'm super happy.
Especially if he doesn't get paid tomorrow.
Montgomery, 17 carries, 67 yards and a touchdown, being the only show in town. That's pretty nice. Not efficient, but that's a David Montgomery line. If you're going to give him 18 touches, offense is moving, he's going to score a touchdown. Yeah. Added in 3 for 54, was the leading receiver. Komet 3 for 35 with that epic grab. That was sick. A little poster.
Yeah.
Mooney 4 for 29 and a touchdown. Could have been a huge game and would have been 5 for 90 and 2 touchdowns. Yeah. So it wasn't his fault. On to the Falcons. Kyle Pitts. See you later, bro. Bye.
Yeah.
Out for the year. Most likely it's torn MCL. And why would they rush him back? Yeah. He gone. Mariota's trash. He's terrible. 13 to 20 for 1131 and a touchdown.
They're not.
They're not. They're only out
like
one
a game.
One game out. Yeah. They're 4-6, and the Bucs are 5-5. I'm just come on. This isn't a playoff team. They're terrible. But they're supposed to be the worst team in the league.
My point being is, if Pitts is able after 4 games, they're still game back.
Right. I just don't think they'll be a game back. Is my point. I just from what I see.
Well, I'm hoping. We'll get. We'll actually, we're not going to talk about the Bucs, but I do think the Bucs after this bye. That's why I bought them in 2 different leagues in trades. So
they'll be
I
just
think Brady's going to start tuning it up.
Yep.
And we'll see.
The divorce is over. Algier led him 8 for 55. Patterson 10 for 52. He got more involved here. Did have that long touchdown that swung the game. They were down 17-7. Record breaking, by the way. Ninth of his career. Hester still has the all time with kick returns, punt returns, and the field goal returns he have. But Cordell Patterson passed Josh Cribbs and I don't know who the other one was, but for the all time lead. Kyle Pitts won my bet though. 3 for 43. Won my bet. Is 37 yards, and he won that. That's pretty cool. Demir Bird. Oh God. Where the hell is Jesus Christ? Drake London had a fucking Mike Evans game.
Yeah.
Well, I started him in a league, and I was super happy in my league. I'm 8-2 in.
Yeah.
1 catch, 2 yards, and a touchdown. But he got me 9 points because it's PPR. Or 8.2. Yeah. But Jesus, but Drake London. This is a boom for Drake London. Yeah. Not having Pitts, I believe in the talent. I think he's a wide receiver 3. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, who else do they have now? They have Bird, Pruitt, Zacchaeus.
Yeah. So for some reason, he's a free agent. Go pick him up.
Yeah. But I mean, the touchdown, he's had touchdowns back-to-back games. Just hopefully they get fucking Mariota out of there.
Yeah.
Okay, for fantasy purposes. All right, Browns-Bills. It was a goofy game. The Browns had this game in control in the first quarter, and then they had a late touchdown. So at one point they were up, 10-0? And then they were down 31-13. So, just what happened in the middle is Browns. Brissett, hell of a game. 28-41, 324, and 3 touchdowns, no picks. Some of that was garbage time, like early and late, right? I don't know what he did in the beginning.
Fantasy, you love that, though.
Yeah. Nick Chubb, 14 carries, 19 yards. Wow.
Yeah.
Hunt had 5 for 32. But I will say Nick Chubb had 3 for 48 through the air, which is rare. Bad Nick Chubb game, though.
He had 2
Amari,
catches in the first quarter.
yeah, long one, too. It's sweet. They need to do that more often. Same with Derrick Henry. Get the
Give him
ball
the
in your
ball,
playmaker's hands. Amari Cooper, 12 targets, 8 for 113, and 2 touchdowns. He's been a revelation this year.
Nice.
I mean, he's a high-end wide receiver, too, this year, right? Has a couple of them, typical, 4-target games where he has, 30 yards. But other than that,
no,
he's scoring touchdowns.
Quietly, I bet you he's on a lot of first, top seed teams.
Yeah,
quietly.
for sure. In my best balls, I didn't go crazy on it, maybe 25%.
Early, I
7th round pick.
Early, I think out of the first 10, I did 4 or 5 drafts with him.
Yeah,
and I just completely went away. But
Donovan Peoples-Jones, 6 targets, 5 for 61 and a touchdown. I heard that was his first touchdown of the year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't. So he had the big week 1 or whatever. It was 140 yards with no touchdowns.
Yeah. Okay.
He had not scored a touchdown this year, which is surprising.
He's consistent with
hell yeah. He's been another one of my best ball
essentially
guys.
been Chris Godwin.
Yeah, he's one of my best ball guys, and
Nice.
he's been, he's good for 4 for 60 a week,
do
which isn't
remember that.
great,
I
but
remember
I always thought
Well,
he's
right
a deep threat, right?
With injuries and shit, you want that, and then Deshaun Watson's coming back, so
Yeah, which, they're probably out of the playoffs, but they're going to see what they have in him, right?
I would think so.
Njoku came back disappointed, but they didn't play him after the mid of the third quarter because they were
nice
they're
hurdle.
out. He did have a sweet hurdle. 2 for 17. He's a hell of a player though.
Well, you love seeing that hurt. I think the most that hurdle.
Yeah,
he's
he's
back,
healthy, right? And why would they play him when they're down by 3 touchdowns against the Bills?
Mm-hmm.
Harrison Bryant, of course, had 4 for 41, 7 targets. That should be Njoku's numbers, which they will be going forward. Bills wise, Josh Allen, he's been in a slump. Fantasy slump here. 18-27, 197 and a touchdown. Only added in 7 yards rushing, no touchdowns. That's about as bad of a Josh Allen game you'll ever see.
Yeah.
I believe they had a defensive touchdown or something, right? They had to, a kick return.
I can't remember.
It might have been a fumble return. Because, how did they score 31 points? Because they only see 2 touchdowns here.
I don't know.
Either way, Singletary, 18 for 86 and touchdown. James Cook, 11 for 86. He looks pretty good. He's breaking some tackles out there.
Wow. Yeah.
You've never seen that in college. Dawson Knox, 7 for 70, leading receiver. That's strange. Gabe Davis, 5 for 68. He's getting back healthy.
Right?
I love Gabe. No touchdown. Diggs got the touchdown.
I'm sorry, Diggs.
Yeah. I love Gabe Davis going forward, though, because he has not been. It's one of those things where last year Mahomes didn't hit any deep shots. Allen hasn't hit a deep shot in ages.
Yeah.
You know it's coming.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
It's coming. They had a couple losses. They need to win. They're going to go FU mode. I thought it'd be this game, but it might be Thursday.
That's right.
They got the Bills, or they got the Bills. The Bills. Sweet. Josh Allen against Josh Allen would be fun.
Yeah, Madden.
No, I think they have Detroit. So
that's right. Yep.
They should fucking tune them up.
Yep.
At least score a lot of points in them.
I know Detroit's defense is pretty good.
Yeah, it's great. Diggs, 5 targets, 4 for 48, a touchdown. Bad game for him. But that's Stephon Diggs' basement, which is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
12 fucking points.
He didn't have a target, or he didn't have a catch until I think a minute left.
I don't even think he had a target.
Yeah.
It was no targets, no catches. They had that little conversation with McDermott at the sideline. Yeah. He's a fiery player. Okay, Eagles-Colts. Close game. I can't believe the Eagles won this. They're showing their true colors right now, though. Eagles 17, Colts 16. The Colts are as well. They're feisty. They're representing their coach here. Jalen Hurts, 18-25, 190 and a touchdown. But 86 yards on the ground and a touchdown. So that's nice. He got back to running. Maybe you should do that, Jalen Hurts, because you are not a pocket passer. If you're trying winning, using him as a pocket passer, you're not winning anything.
Well, yeah.
You can't out Tom Brady when you're Jalen Hurts. Not happening.
Well, yeah, it feels like the Eagles are finally facing some adversity back to back.
They are, which is probably the best thing for them, right? We don't want them to go 15 16
You don't want to go. You don't want to go 0-2, lose 2 weeks in a row after they 8-0 start, losing against someone like the Colts now, who are trying to be an upswing team.
Yeah. Miles Sanders disappointing again, 13 for 47.
Twice. Again, that's 2 weeks in a row
by 8 yards.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is nobody else. Hurts had 16 carries. Boston Scott had 3 for 8, and Gainwell had 1 for 0. Yeah. So it's his job. There'll be better game scripts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He'll get the touchdowns. I'm not too worried about Miles Sanders. It's just been disappointing. Devontae Smith, 9 targets, 6 for 78. 2 nice games in a row. Is it 2 nice games in a row? He's been struggling. I'll say that.
Yes.
And
they were force feeding him against Washington.
Yeah. AJ Brown 5 for 60. So it is 2 games in a row for Juventus. But bad game for Brown again, though.
It's gonna be tougher than both have good weeks.
Right, and when you got Quiz Watkins. Although you said DeMarcus Robinson, who had 10 for 120, and PBR is better than Quiz Watkins, 2 for 31 and a touchdown. 2 for 31 and a touchdown.
It's a win.
Yeah, I'm good at those deep dive Braxton Berrios types.
Yeah.
He is black and Berrios is white.
The fact that we both picked a good guy was good.
Let's go, dude. Okay, the backup tight end Jake Stoll, 1 catch for 7 yards. So you do not want anything with that.
Nope.
So it's good for the receivers, which is concerning that none of the other guys did anything with Goddard out.
Yeah.
But Sanders did nothing, Smith did nothing. Brown, in terms of fantasy, what you expected, big games, none of them did shit.
Well, worst offensive game of the year.
Yeah,
and
17
still
points.
had some. I mean, everyone had 50 or 60 yards.
Yeah,
that's a good basement.
All right, Matt Ryan, 213, no touchdowns, no picks, 23 of 32. Jonathan Taylor's back, boys. That Jeff Saturday hire is good for him. Looks healthy, 22 for 84 and a touchdown. And now the nice thing is, without Nyheim Hines, they don't got to worry about that, Deion Jackson or whatever stealing his work.
Yeah.
He added in three catches for 10 yards, which is what you want. You get 3 catches.
Is essentially 3 for 95 and a touchdown.
Yeah, that's good. He's back to being a mid-range RB1 in my mind. And if they get their shit figured out, maybe
they
even a high
have
end
a pretty cake schedule going forward too.
Yeah. Michael Pittman, 6 for 75. Paris Campbell, 5 for 67. Pierce, 3 for 28. Nothing too much there. I do like Pittman going forward, though. I think their offense is going to work better. Like, he might not have the volume he was getting, but he's going to score some touchdowns.
Yeah.
What does he have? 2 touchdowns this year?
Yeah.
Man, the fantasy community with on that one.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a bad player. I just think there's not a high volume offense.
Well, yeah. Their passing offense is just kind of mediocre.
Okay, we can breeze through this one because it was a breezy game. Oh, it is the Patriots and Jets. This game was 3-3 with about 10 seconds left in the game.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the Jets, because the thing is, it's really hard kicking conditions, so you need to get like a 35-yarder to be confident, even if you have Nick Folk. They punted the ball in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And the Patriots returned it for a touchdown. They win 10-3.
Yep.
Bad play. I'd punt it out of bounds to the 50. Make them get. They only have 1 play. They got to get 25 yards?
The Jets were so close to my bet of over 16.5 points.
The weather was the problem.
The game almost went over.
So, the Cougar hunter, Zach Wilson, went 9 of 22 for 77 yards. That's awful.
Yeah.
Awful. He didn't throw a pick, which is nice. He was a leading rusher with 26 yards. The running backs were trash. Everyone was trash.
Patriots own the Jets.
Garrett Wilson, 2 for 12. They do. It's bad. We'll move on to the Patriots. Not much here either. Although Mac Jones, 23 of 27 for 246 in that weather. When you look at Zach Wilson's stats, he was blaming the weather. Well, it didn't seem to bother Mac Jones.
Yeah. Yep.
No, they weren't scoring, but they were moving the ball. Damian Harris came back, 8 for 65. That's real nice. Stevenson, 15 for 26. So he's way better than Stevenson, apparently. But the difference is Stevenson had 6 catches for 56 yards.
Yeah.
He is
and
the
50
guy.
carries. Yeah.
He's the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, Harris looked good, though. It's going to be a 1A, 1B.
Yeah, Harris will get more work as it goes on.
Yeah. He's more like, it's going to be almost like a Swift and fucking Jamal Williams bullshit thing.
Yeah. Where the worst running back actually gets more touches. Jamal Williams over Swift.
You say Stevenson's the worst running back? Fuck you. All right, Jacoby Myers, 452. He's steady Eddie. That's what he does. Johnny Smith sighting, 4 for 40. Wow, he actually had a bad fumble. Did you see the fumble he had? He caught a little swing pass, and he was wide open in the field. He was gonna have a 14-yard gain. He gets 4 yards past the line of scrimmage by the sideline. He goes to switch hands and just fucking drops the ball.
No.
But somehow he got on top of it. He would have been cut immediately. Because Belichick. He's I don't give a fuck if I give you $50 million. All right, enough on that.
Matthew Judon's a monster.
He's a monster. I love that guy. The sleeves, he's so identifiable. Okay.
It's easy to see him on the fucking
Yeah, it is. I like that. Saints Rams. This game sucked too. 27-20. Saints take it. Rams season's over. Matt Stafford 11 for 18, 159, 2 touchdowns. Looks real nice because he had a 62-yard touchdown to Tutu Atwell. You take that out there on a broken play.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yep.
Terrible. Awful year. I don't get it. Cam Akers 14 for 61. They cut Darrell Henderson.
Wow.
So maybe Cam Akers season? I don't know until they sign
He's
somebody.
probably a free agent in some leagues.
I don't know if I want to start him, but it's worth an ad, right?
Well,
A-Rob, Allen Robinson, 4 for 47 and a touchdown. Big game for him.
Yeah.
I mean, now he's the only guy in town.
well, Van's back.
Yeah, 3 for 41. Skoranek, I started him in a few spots because he was white. I figured that he'd take over the Cooper Kupp role. He had
fits right in.
one catch for 4 yards.
That's what the playbook says.
Yeah, just
White
white
receiver,
guy.
yeah.
Okay, that team's
Fast
trash.
guy.
Dumpster fire. I don't even know if you want to start anyone on that team. Maybe Higbee, who had 4 for 45 and 8 targets because he's tight end.
Higbee had a good week last week, too.
Yeah, he might be the only one who wants to start on that offense.
Well, I mean, especially with tight ends, he might become a tight end one.
What a world we're living in, though. The Rams are apparently the Jets, like from 2 years ago, or the Jags. Like, holy fuck. Things change fast in the NFL. Okay, Andy Dalton.
There's no future for the Rams right now.
No, they're fucked.
Yeah.
God, if only the Panthers would have taken that trade for fucking
now
Brian Burns,
they're going to have to trade for picks, so it would be like, I mean, I don't know.
Dude, the Panthers are pissed right now.
Yeah.
That Cooper Kupp's out. Like, those 2 firsts and a second would have been fucking top 10 picks.
Yeah, yep.
Sorry, Brian Burns ain't that good, dude.
Yeah.
Andy Dalton, 21 of 25, 260.
Sound like a piss off mom.
Thanks. 21 of 25, 260, and 3 touchdowns. Good game for him. Taysom Hill got really involved in this game. 52 yards rushing. Actually had 3 passing attempts. So I know they came out with a RotoWorld blurb of they want to get him more involved as a unicorn, which they should. Because, I mean, I don't know. Andy Dalton's any fucking Dalton.
Why not?
Who you throwing to? Chris Olave, 5 for 102 and a touchdown. Anytime Dave does a Dave Dingers a week, the guy goes off the next week, pretty much historically.
Yep.
So bet that. Kamara, 12 for 42, no touchdowns, and 4 for 47 through the air. It's okay, but that's not what you want.
I mean, that's the only thing that, I mean, in years past, Kamara would have that, like a similar line, but you'd have 2 touchdowns.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying in the game they went 27 to 20.
I mean,
expect a little
he's
more.
just who he is. This is who he is, really. So.
Jarvis Landry, you had 3.5 catches, had 3 catches, 33 yards and a touchdown.
That's right. Yeah, he had, I think all 3 catches on one drive.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Nothing else really to talk about here. Jawan Johnson, another touchdown. Guy's the best.
5 in a
but
row.
I wouldn't
5 in a
chase
row,
that.
right?
Yeah, I think
Well,
maybe
it's
4
too
or
late
5.
to, I mean.
Yeah, too late to chase that. Okay, Lions Giants. 31-18. Lions beat the shit out of them.
They did.
Jared Goff, 165, no touchdowns, no picks, just game manager shit. Justin Jackson led the backfield in fucking yards. The fuck? 9 for 66?
Yeah. Well,
Jamal Williams, 17 for 64 and 3 touchdowns. Whoa. Swift, 5 for 20 and a touchdown. He gets 7 touches a week. Fucking A. He did have 3 catches for 12 yards, but that's very concerning to me.
yes.
St. Brown, 7 for 76. The guy is consistent as fucking PPR. He's a wide receiver 2. Cleve Raymond, 3 for 33. Nothing else really to talk about there. Giants, disappointing.
Yeah.
My phone's dying. So, it's not dead, but it just died on me. Stupid. Okay, Daniel Jones. I know he had a nice game. Not really.
ESPN?
Yeah, Yahoo. The real talk is Saquon Barkley. I don't know if he was hurt in this game, but I saw Matt Breida take a whole series from him and score the touchdown. I know he's been banged up all year, right? But, what's the deal?
What's the deal?
What's the deal?
Well, no, I mean,
worried?
it seems like Breida about Barkley.
Yeah.
No, I think it was just. I mean, Barkley's not going to lose his job from performance.
I'm not saying lose his job.
I mean, if Breida earns, he's been earning some work. So
It looks good.
Yeah.
Here, I got it back. We're good.
You can turn your phone back on.
It didn't die. Like, it just, turned off.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry about that, gentlemen. Ladies, too. If there's some ladies watching. What do you think about this,
All
man?
the ladies.
All the ladies in the world watching me. Daniel Jones, 27 of 44, 341, a touchdown, 2 picks. That's not a recipe for the Giants to win.
No.
Okay? Not a recipe. Daniel Jones, 7 for 50 rushing and a touchdown. Had a hell of a fantasy game.
Yeah.
Saquon, 15 carries, 22 yards. That's like 2020 Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
And he added in 2 for 13 the air, gross. Wando Robinson, 13 targets, 9 for 100. Too bad he tore his ACL. He's out for the year.
Oh.
He gone. And Richie James had a touchdown. He got hurt too.
Are they going to be forced to start Galladay? Just
bro,
have a body out
Galladay
there?
had 2 for 29.
But just have a
They
body
got nothing.
out there? Yeah.
They got nothing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Okay, moving on. Now we have Panthers Ravens. This game sucked dick, dude. Like literally, I saw penises and mouths on the 13-3. Ravens win. Baker Mayfield, gross, 21 of 33, 196 and 2 picks. He's terrible. He's trash. He can't throw the ball anymore. I don't know what happened to his arm. But it's bad.
I think it's his head mentally.
Yeah.
He's just He's fine.
His head is his arm. Foreman, 11 for 24, terrible. Chuba Hubbard, 4 carries, 0 yards. Fuck. Terrace Marshall, 3 for 76. That's pretty cool. DJ Moore, 5 targets, 3 for 24. That's just
so bad.
Sam Darnold's named the starter now. So
was he?
Yeah, at least this week. Until PJ Walker comes back, it's a mess.
So
dude.
Walker is like the starter. Like, it seems like, obviously.
Yeah, I will want to. If there's still some leagues that in my league at least I have a later trade deadline, I might try to trade for DJ Moore right now.
You think so?
I mean, how low can he go?
He can go down low.
I don't know how much lower
All the
he
way
can
to
go.
the flow.
Lamar Jackson's been in a major slump. 24 33, 209, no touchdowns and a pick, and he even got Mark Andrews back in this game.
Wow.
Kenyon Drake disappointed in the starts, 10 for 46. Jackson today added in 31 yards and a touchdown on the ground, but 31 yards rushing for Lamar.
Yeah.
Come on,
He's
bro.
not doing anything else. Yeah.
Demarcus Robinson, 9 for 128. Called that one. Mark Andrews, 6 for 63, and nothing else. Nobody had anything else.
Yeah.
That's a rough offense, but
Nothing for Likely.
no, one target, I think.
That's disappointing because he performed so well in Andrew's absence.
Yeah.
They're obviously down pass catchers.
Mhm.
You'd think he'd be out there a little bit more, but
You'd think so. Okay, Commanders, Titans. The Titans Texans. Sorry. Texans are trash. Heineke, I started him in a few leagues. Really disappointed me. 15 and 27, 191.
I'm not mad at you, son. I'm just disappointed.
Well, he had like multiple chances in this game. So many red zone opportunities, and they kicked so many field goals.
He's a starter now, so he doesn't have to worry about
Right.
he doesn't have to play for his job.
Gibson, 18 to 72, 18 for 72. Robinson, 15 for 57. Samuel, of course, got the rushing touchdown. But they put J.D. McKissick on the IR.
Yes.
So I love that for Gibson.
Yeah.
Because he's still going to get 40% of the carries, and he's going to get the passing down
Yep.
work. So, like, this is what we wanted for Gibson all along. I think he's a back end 2 the rest of the year.
Yeah.
At least as long as McKissick's out. But, like, I don't feel like they like this combo here.
Yeah.
So, going forward like that. Logan Thomas looks to be healthy. 6 targets, 5 for 65. He's a streamable tight end, right?
He's like the streamer tight end.
Yeah.
You pick him up for
Yeah.
a week and drop him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Terry McLaurin came back to earth. 7 targets, 4 for 55, though. I mean, you could do worse.
Well, yeah, I'm okay.
That's his bad
I mean,
game.
you're not ever happy with a game like that, but it's at least it's close to 50 yards. And then
Yeah. 7 targets is nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Davis Mills is trash. 19 of 33, 169 and 2 picks. Baker Mayfield line, almost identical. Added in 10 yards rushing and a touchdown, which is cool. Dameon Pierce, 10 carries for 8 yards. This is kind of what you have to worry about with Dameon Pierce, with his team being
The
terrible.
offense, yeah.
Brandon Cooks, 3 for 70. Nico Collins, though, 7 targets, 5 for 48. I like that. He is a 1B to Brandon Cooks as a wide receiver 4.
Yeah, I was going to say that's his...
But I like Nico Collins going forward, man. He's a startable asset to me because they're going to be getting the fucking break speed off of him. They're going to be throwing,
Yeah,
right?
I would never feel confident starting them, but...
I would. Not confident, but like you could do worse.
Well,
he's getting work, right?
Saying if I had a bunch of guys hurt, I feel like there's other people out there, but...
We like Nico Collins here.
I do, but no, I don't like that offense.
No, he doesn't.
Huh?
What? Oh. Okay, Raiders 22 and the Broncos 16.
What a game.
At home.
What a game.
Derek Carr numbers actually look pretty nice with the overtime and like the last drive. It was like half his yards, right?
Yeah, I was worried I was going to lose in Balls Deep because of that until that.
There's nothing. 23 of 37, 307 and 2 touchdowns. So I'm pretty sure 120 of those yards came in the last, 2 minutes of regulation and overtime, which shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
Jacobs 24 carries, a $109. That guy is just a workhorse. No one else got a carry. No,
that's what freedom costs. Freedom costs a $109.
Nobody else got a carry in this game, which
Yeah.
is crazy. Adams 13 targets.
They deactivated Zamir White.
Did they really?
Yeah.
All right.
What about top 5 handcuffs?
Oh, he's a handcuff. Adams 13 targets, 7 for 141 and 2 touchdowns. Matt Collins, though, 9 targets, 6 for 52. Love him going forward.
Those 3 that were off were way off, though.
What?
I just don't remember those, because I'm surprised that he went. He only had 3 incompletions on his way because it felt like.
Oh yeah, on the wrong page for sure.
Thing.
But they gave him 3 in a row shorties to get back on track there.
Yeah.
They need him. He's always loved Matt Collins, man.
Yeah.
They were giving him targets over Waller.
Yes,
right, and Renfro and shit.
Yep.
So and those guys are both out for a while.
Yep.
Frost and Moreau disappointing. 3 targets, 1 for 33.
Not until OT.
It was a nice catch, but okay. Broncos, goddamn trash. Russell Wilson, 24 of 31, 247. And I heard the announcers a couple times say like, based on completion percentage of 77%, because this is his career low at like 55. They're like Russell Wilson having his best game of the year. I was like, ugh. he was like 22 of 30 with no touchdowns, no picks.
Yeah.
If that's your best game of the year,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of town. Against the Raiders defense,
Yeah.
who's
yeah.
trash.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No, it's
Bad. Latavius Murray, 17 for 49 and a touchdown. Melvin Gordon got cut. Chase Edmonds is on IR, so we were confused about this.
is
But
Mike Boone back now?
I don't think so.
Well, he was on the 4-week IR, but that was
Okay.
like 5 weeks ago.
Well,
My point being is there was a lot of hype with him.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that it's Murray season. I don't know what that means.
I'm gonna look at Boone. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Nice. Unless they sign somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
We both
We're talking about
Gordon.
Darrell Henderson.
got cut and yeah.
Cortland Sutton, 7 targets, 5 for 80. Decent, I guess. Kendall Hinton, 357, all in the first quarter, I believe.
Yeah.
Dulcich, 4 for 30. The passing game you want to avoid here.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Cowboys, Vikings. Vikings, worst 8-1 team ever. Now they're 8-2, but let's see what happens on Thursday. Prescott, 22 of 25, 276 and 2 touchdowns. That's super nice. Both those touchdowns coming to Tony Pollard, who's a great football player.
Yeah.
15 for 80 for Pollard, 15 for 42 for Zeke with 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Pollard, 6 targets, 6 for 109 and 2 touchdowns. The guy's a fucking baller.
CD was looking really good too.
He was, but he
just
just
posed.
didn't. 5 for 45. He had that sweet toe tap catch.
Yeah.
5 for 45. I mean, that's his basement. He'll do better.
That was
They
the
would be winning
toe
by
tap is when
37.
they made the kicker kick it twice, right?
Mhm.
Because they decided to review
Myers
it after it was in the fucking
stud.
air.
Myers a stud.
Yeah.
Okay, Vikings. Cousins, 12 of 23 for 105 yards. Whoa.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook, 11 for 72. Hawkinson, 9 targets, 5 for 34. Jefferson, 5 targets, 3 for 33.
Yeah.
They just the pass rush is too much for them.
Yeah.
You get a team that rushes the passer. Kirk Cousins is just awful. He's a statue out there.
Cowboys, I think they said they lead the league in sacks.
Sacks, pressures, all by a mile. They did going into this game, and they had like 9 sacks in this game. So it's not even going to be close. You know?
mean,
that defense is dangerous, bro.
favorites out of the NFC right now.
Probably, man. Like as long as
That
Parsons is
division,
injured.
man, that division's tough.
Okay, Bengals 37, Steelers 30. A surprising shootout. Joey B, 24 of 39, 355, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. Love that for fantasy. I don't care about the 2 picks. Samaje Perine, 11 for 30. Mixon 7 for 20. He got hurt. T. Higgins, thanks for referring that bet. He watched the betting segment. 13 targets, 9 for 148. His number was at 73 yards. He doubled that. Love that. I don't think he had a catch in the first quarter either.
He almost got hurt. Luckily, he had beaten the bet already, but he fell pretty hard.
Yeah,
He got hurt.
Yep. But he started off the game slow.
Yeah.
And still had 9 for 148.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
fucking go.
Yeah.
Perine, 4 catches, 52 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That's freakish. Just little outlet passes, and that guy's a monster. he
Yeah,
also
yeah.
looks like he's 50 years old. Dude, beard and just like grizzled.
yeah,
Like, holy
yeah.
shit, he's like Greg Oden out there.
Yeah.
Tyler Boyd, 7 targets, 2 for 42. Disappointing, but I mean, he's still the number 2 option there. They're not all going to go to Perine.
And Jamar Chase maybe
Might play. I think they might rest him one more week. They probably should.
Yeah,
But
just saying.
yeah. Food for thought for sure. And get well, because I need him in a couple leagues. Kenny Smallhand Pickett, 25 of 42. 265, a touchdown, no picks. It's actually pretty good for him. Not having a pick, that is. Not having a turnover, because he's a turnover machine. What the hell's his name? He didn't have a carry in this game, but Jalen Warren got hurt.
Yeah, hamstring.
So Najee Harris actually looked okay in this game. That touchdown where he jumped over the dude.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's like a high jumper for that size. That's all he can do is jump. He can't like
Jump over.
laterally
Yeah,
move
yeah,
or
yeah.
like hit the hole. 20 for 90 and 2 touchdowns, and added in 4 for 26 through the air. So as like Warren being hurt really helps Najee Harris back to the running back 1 conversation, right?
Funny. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to get ahead of myself after one game because he's been really, really struggling. But I don't know. Warren seemed to be more of a speculative.
Right, but he was stealing 40% of the snaps.
Sure, but
So, like-
I don't feel like it didn't feel like he was getting that many touches though. It felt like he was just out there.
Right. No, he was getting
Like-
6, 7. It wasn't the touches. It was just the not being on the field for Najee.
Yeah.
You know what
So,
I mean?
but my point being is it wasn't going to the running back anyways. It was there to probably let Najee rest from blocking.
Yeah.
So
I guess.
Yeah.
I just think that he needs
who's
to be on the
the
field.
who's the rookie receiver?
George Pickens. Yeah,
Dude,
he's
he
good.
had-
He's
he had
good.
a game.
He's good. He had a rushing touchdown. Or no, Deontay Johnson had a rushing touchdown.
Well, Pickens looked good. That's what I'm saying. He had some nice catches.
Yeah, 4 for 83. He's good. You know, I talked him up early on. He's
Yeah.
one of my guys. I don't have him anywhere in fantasy,
Me,
but
yeah.
just because of the crowded room there. Freiermuth, though, 12 targets, 8 for 79. That's super nice. Nothing else. Deontay Johnson, 4 for 21. Another guy I want to trade for right now.
I do. I can't believe that I couldn't get him. But.
Yeah, Deontay and DJ Moore, honestly. Like, similar guys, PPR guys. If you can get him for if the trade deadline's not over in your league, get him for anything like
it's over
wide
in
receiver 3.
All our home leagues, though, right?
Not my leagues. I pushed mine back farther.
Oh, really?
Yes, I do. Shouldn't tell you that. Okay, Chiefs Chargers, 30-27. Chiefs take it. Patrick Mahomes is really good at football. 20 of 34, 329, 3 touchdowns. That's what he does. The Oompa Loompa, CEH, got hurt. So Pacheco, 15 carries, 107 yards.
Well, CEH got something serious?
Ankle. No, but he wasn't getting touched.
Yeah, he was already.
So Pacheco and McKinnon, man, I like Pacheco more in half and standard. Obviously, McKinnon is almost equal to Pacheco in PPR just because he could have those 6-catch games.
Yeah.
Pacheco looks real good.
Yeah.
But the story here is Travis Kelce, man. 10 targets, 6 for 115 and 3 touchdowns. Yeah. He already has 11 or 12 touchdowns this year.
Dude, so shout out to Walmsley and Balls Deep because he's the hottest team in the league right now.
Yeah. I mean, and we laughed that we were not going to take Kelce anywhere. And you probably just should take
that
guy.
combo, and Nick has a similar combo. I think it's Mahomes and Kelce. That wins you weeks by a lot.
Well, just Kelce. The difference between even Andrews, because Andrews has been ineffective some games and hurt.
Yeah.
And then Pitts sucked.
Yeah.
Like, who else is there?
Waller's hurt because he was
Waller did
top
nothing.
4.
Like, who else?
Hawkinson, but he was usually 5th or 6th. It was Hawkinson and Schultz.
There's been no other guys emerge. Like, Njoku was kind of emerging, but not in this conversation. He was getting you 4 for 60. This is like legitimately 90 yards and a touchdown every week. And a 4 touchdown game, a 3 touchdown game, and a 2 touchdown game, and a game with like 9 catches.
Yeah.
So it's unbelievable. The guy's ageless. The question is next year. No, honestly.
Is it too early to start fading him for next year?
No, like he's getting old, but he's just so trusted, dude. It's like LeBron James 3 years ago in fantasy.
Well, it's different when you have like that kind of connection. Because think of like Gronk. How many times Gronk's gonna come out of retirement? Even though he's just beat up, but
he'll catch touchdowns.
That's why my point.
You know,
he's
going to catch touchdowns.
You don't have to be like as long as you know you're in the right spot and you have that mind
the
meld.
trust from the quarterback.
The mind
with
meld,
a good quarterback.
You're just a big physical body. All you have to be is strong. You have to be fast. You don't have to.
This is sometimes our downfall of like not keeping it simple. Like just take Travis Kelce, who's attached to Andy Reid and Mahomes, and he's a good player, and apparently he always stays healthy. Like even a bad year for him is fucking 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Yeah.
From the tight end position.
No, I want Hayden Hurst in the 13th.
No, and like we want DJ Moore when like he's not even going to touch those numbers as a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Not even close, right? And he never has, and we were always speculative. Like he might. He's a good player. Yeah. Well, yeah, he's playing with Baker fucking Mayfield.
Yep.
So the wide receivers are weird. Watson was the number 1 receiver here. Valdez-Scantling played the most snaps. 4 targets, 1 for 18. It's tough. Tony got hurt in like the first series or second series. He might have popped this game. Moving on to the Chargers here. So Mike Williams came back and then got hurt right away. Keenan Allen came back and actually played a decent amount of snaps. He had 5 for 94. But I benched Palmer everywhere because both the guys are coming back. He just had 10 targets, 8 for 106 and 2 touchdowns. Go figure. Go fucking figure. Herbert, 23 of 30, 280 and 2 touchdowns and a pick. Nice game. Not good enough, but I mean, you're playing the Chiefs. Eckler, 19 carries, 83 yards and a touchdown. Wow. Actually only had, 2 for 17 through the air, which is weird for him. But, I mean, that's his bad game. Fuck you, Austin Eckler.
Yeah, almost 100 yards. It's probably one of his better rushing games, though, in terms of yards.
Oh, for sure. Has to be. Has to be. It's probably number 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Monday Night Football. This one's quick and terrible. I mean, the Niners are good, dude.
Just like sex.
Niners are good. Yep. Well, Garoppolo, 20 of 29 and 4 touchdowns, 228. Eli Mitchell didn't have a carry in the first half, I don't think. I ended up at 9 for 59. McCaffrey, 7 for 39. This is the worry. I know it was possibly because of the score. But McCaffrey did add in 7 catches for 67 yards. But they're just not giving him he's not going to get the workload, right? He needs to score touchdowns. He's not going to get 20
I think if the game was competitive, because like you said, Eli didn't get, because it was, 21-10 at half, right?
Yeah.
So it was still, it was 17-10, I think.
Yeah.
So it was a one-score game. And then
it
was a blowout, and then Eli came in.
Why was McCaffrey the number 1 player in fantasy? Because he got 27 touches a game. Right, that's just not happening because also they have bigger aspirations and they know better. They see what happens when you give them that many touches. We've been saying it for years.
Yeah.
So like to be that level of producer, like Derrick Henry level, and what we're talking about.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Like, he's still awesome.
Yeah,
but like he's gonna have a lot of games with 90 yards.
He always does the most with his touches.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of a balance.
But it's also, you got Deebo Samuel stealing a rushing touchdown here, right?
Yeah.
You got Eli Mitchell taking the short yardage down sometimes. And you have, Kittle, fucking Deebo, Ayuk. They didn't have that in Carolina. It was literally McCaffrey and Cam Newton. That's it.
DJ Moore.
Yeah, right. Okay, Colt McCoy.
Robbie Anderson.
Terrible. Connor had a touchdown. Greg Dortch came out of nowhere. 10 targets, 9 for 103. That would all be to Rondale Moore, unfortunately. Left in the first play of the game. Not only that, he had a negative 6-yard carry, and he gets hurt. So if you started Rondale Moore, you got negative points, which I did.
I was up. So in XFL, I was up 30, and I had Rondale Moore, and he had Kittle, and so I get negative points, and then
you win
by 8.
Oof. It didn't look good though.
Yeah, no.
Only other talking point here is AJ Green, 9 targets, 5 for 60, and then Hopkins. Doesn't matter who the quarterback is, 12 targets, 9 for 91, no touchdowns, but I mean. Man, the guy is a PPR monster. He's a wide receiver 1. And, stay healthy, big guy.
Yeah.
Because
we
love you.
Hollywood didn't get activated this week, but probably next week. Hollywood's back.
Yeah, okay. I still feel like it doesn't really cut too much into Hopkins, but it's just going to help the offense as a whole.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, everyone that didn't cut him right away and put him on IR. Right. I mean, if you have him going into a playoff team, you're pretty happy right now, I think.
All right. That's the Week 11 recap.
Real quick, I want to ask: should we do, since there's so many games? Do you want to do a quick?
Preview.
Well, let's do a separate video. Is what I'm saying. So let's say, my point being is, if you watch this all the way somehow to the end, and you want some bets,
separate video.
We'll do a Thanksgiving one.
Yeah, we'll do that. Rob Square.
And it's been a complete joy.